A few years ago, I was away in Madagascar, and one evening me and my friends were walking home down the main road. There were no streetlights, and it was completely dark. We tried to see if we could walk home without turning on our torch, but it was so dark, so pitch black, that we eventually had to turn on the torch. And as we did so, we discovered, just feet in front of us, a huge snake slithering along. The importance of light, the importance of being able to see. The crowds swarm around Jesus. They want to see signs and wonders. But Jesus says the only sign they're going to see is the sign of Jonah. As Jonah was swallowed by a whale for 3 days before speaking a message, turning people back towards God again, Jesus was going to enter not the whale's tummy, but the darkness of death itself, before being raised triumphant. He was going to be the lamp on the lampstand for all to see. In the very next scene, Jesus is having a meal with a Pharisee, and the Pharisee is shocked because Jesus has not washed himself before having the meal. Jesus responds by saying to the Pharisees and the lawyers, "Woe to you." He challenges them because they are so obsessed with the outward appearance, with being clean on the outside, that they have failed to understand what it is to be clean on the inside. Jesus sees that on the inside, they are full of violence and wickedness. Now, the Pharisees may appear to get a bit of a rough ride here. They're hanging on to these laws, and the laws are important to them. As a people group, they've been conquered and exiled time and time again. The law is what kept their identity. But Jesus speaks these words to them. He calls them hypocrites because they are keeping the commands, but they are failing to represent God's character. As Jesus heads for Jerusalem, he doesn't want to teach just what is right, but he wants to confront what is wrong. He wants to bring light to what is hidden. And he can't stand the fact that these religious leaders are using their power and their influence to oppress others. In the next part of this chapter, Jesus speaks about the unforgivable sin, about blaspheming against the Holy Spirit. And this is a verse that's often not been fully understood. But what Jesus is trying to get at here is that the Spirit of God helps transform us and change us, helps us to be people of integrity as he works in our lives. When we blaspheme against the Holy Spirit, we are resolutely saying, "God, we will not be changed." Instead, we need to remain open to be convicted, open to God that he can change us and shape us. What do you really like beneath the surface? What do you like when nobody else is looking? Jesus says in Luke 12, verse 2, that whatever has been concealed will be disclosed, and whatever has been hidden will be made known. Let's live in this place of honesty, in this place of integrity today.